The search continues. Can we find this armor? We got a dupe already with the hazmat suit. Can we get the actual UN armor? Two dupes. Or one dupe and two pieces of armor. We gotta find this one here. The United North uniform. Why can't we just pluck this off a zombie's body? Damn it. Make some more ammo here. In preparation for yet another trip to the factory. I gotta see if we have any more SVD ammo in the reserves. The United North Fest. What's up, Sebastian? Oi, quick question. I'll give you an answer. Are you still looking for the UN armor? Yes. Judging by the title and the caption on the live stream thumbnail, I'm most certainly looking for the UN armor still. We got the hazmat suit. We got the vests, but we don't have the United North uniform. The base armor, not the radiation armor. We got two dupes of that. Let's put the vest in here. I got to stock up on some supplies before we head out. And that gets in here. We're out of like food and water, I think, as well. Unfortunately. I mean, I found two sets in the factory near ground level. There's a spot where like the big satellite dish on the roof. There's like 5 UN crates there, and then there's like one more, at least one more in the building that it's in as well. So far, it looks like that's been the best spot for, at least as far as how many UN crates you can find in one place. There might be maybe another area that is either comparable or better, but so far that's been my best bet so far. Okay, I'll load this bad boy up. Almost there. Take on 5 minutes of the factory. We have like eight magazines plus the 2 we have in the gun. That's 10 magazines. Whoa, what up, Funk? 10 magazines, and it's still gonna be a pain. We'll still come back with like no ammo, I think. I'm trying to think of like how many magazines would I need to bring with me in one day of literally trying to loot the factory to like not come back with absolutely zero ammunition. Maybe like 3 times the amount I already have, so like 30 magazines. Like it gets crazy. Bunker. I don't want the bunker. Gotta hold this picture up to the sky. Demand factory. Yeah, how long it took for that to save? Let's look at good like 3 seconds. Yeah, if I just quickly reset to main menu, I would have lost the save. What's up, Red Phantom? How's it going? It takes just about 2 mags to kill the true virulent, and that's from the SVD. People like the SVD, I don't really like it, to be honest. I think somebody was talking about how they thought like the SVD, like their favorite guns were the SVD and the Saiga, like the shotgun. I think the best guns are the VAL and the AK-74. Like if I had to take one gun with me, like if I could have the AK-74 silence, that would be like the best gun ever. But I'm eating. How are you doing? I wish I was eating. But we start off. I wake up so late. Start the stream like immediately on an empty stomach. Then as hours go by, like I haven't eaten anything. I use it as a DMR. Yeah, it's probably like a lot better to either use it as a cleanup or snipe like some of the weaker targets. But I feel like you need automatic weapon just to offload on some of these things, like especially like the graphs. There's like a big mess of them coming towards you. I don't feel like semi-automatic weapon, bolt action, anything that like doesn't just immediately offload the clip. Another bunker, back-to-back bunker. Why do you do this to me? Take me away. 80% would be crazy. But like, I'm not a gun guy. Is the Val like an internally suppressed gun? Like has a system where it's because it's not an attachment, right? They should add. Well, they should do a lot of things, but I would imagine eventually down the road you'd be able to get more like different attachments other than just a flashlight. So maybe silencers will come on the way, suppressors. You can tell I'm not a gun guy because I'm calling it silencer, right? The actual name of it is suppressor. Is your bunker expanded to the maximum? If you mean, had I knocked out every single concrete block there is in the bunker, no. Probably not even close. Maybe. The bottom floor is probably almost knocked out completely. From that wall, and the back wall, that's completely like maximum dimensions. The only thing I'm missing is knocking out this portion here and that portion over there. In terms of like upstairs, I've neglected, like actually, like you can tell it's getting worse and worse. It's getting more crowded with junk, and I haven't really been focused on base building since the update. It's just been like hours upon hours of trying to find the good loot, but also like doing my review videos. It took up a lot of my time to the point where my bunker's now looking like it's looking like trash. Like we could have finished this underground warehouse probably like a week ago, but easily like a week or two ago. But graphs are for headshot split and one tap headshot. Yeah, but I'm so lazy, I just offload ammo on it. I just spray until they're dead. I think the Val is just silent. Silencer attachment would be great. I found a bug where you can damage multiple blocks in the same swing when you switch from the block. It's funny you mentioned that because I think one of my earliest videos, like YouTube shorts for Misery, was like the 3 extremely helpful tips or whatever, and that was one of them. And I discovered that like that tip like just before I was like making that video, where like if you take a, I'll show it off and but I'll get the factor here. I'm at 3 bunkers in a row. I don't know. I don't know if it's a bug though. Like, I'd say it's more of like an exploit, because like there's things in the game that are clearly like, yeah, this was a coding error, programming error. But then there's some things that are just like an oversight, and I think that's an oversight because it's very clearly like when you make contact with something or you swing the sledgehammer at the block, that's what damages it. But I mean, if you program it so your swing like is able to hit multiple blocks, I don't know if that's so much of a glitch, but I guess it's just easier to call it a glitch. I'll show it off here in case anybody was wondering what the hell am I talking about. It's the best way to show this off. I would need like a corner block or something. And fortunately, most of these are taken up here. I'm not gonna be able to do it with a carpet. Can maybe do it with, yeah, I do it here. I'll show this off. The glitch we're talking about is like mid swing. If you like shift like your mouse so that before the animation finishes, it hits both blocks, you're able to do damage to both. So that's pretty cool. That's really useful for if anyone's planning on breaking the walls down on like Chris Jericho. You want to get a lot of concrete blocks out and want to be like min-max efficient. It's the best way to do it. But yeah, I'd recommend watching the YouTube short that I made about. I think it's just 3 extremely helpful tips. It references the microwave, the sledgehammer, and using a wrench to disable mines. 4 bunkers in a row. Just crazy. Yeah, fair enough. Your base looks awesome. I'm taking inspiration. I didn't see that. I found it like a week. Not worse. It's all fair. For anybody who hasn't watched it, it's I think the information's still relevant. I mean, the price of bread, I might have been mentioned in that video, so it's no longer that like it's, I guess it's slightly outdated, but I think everything in like all the helpful tips in that little short YouTube short still work. Like the microwave still doesn't need power. The wrench I think still works on landmines. It's to do a lot of damage to landmines, and sledgehammer, like I just showed you, it still works. So what's up, Sebastian? The AS Val is a Soviet designed integrally, that's what I have figured, integrally suppressed assault rifle created in the late 1980s for secret military reconnaissance operations. I guess the question I have is like, how's the maintenance for that thing, right? Because if you have like external suppressor, like eventually after so many shots, that thing like deteriorates. So then if you have an internal suppressor, is the system within that so good? Does it need replacement? Like, eventually, like, after how many bullets does the internal system no longer suppress as well as it did, or suppress at all, and then you have to, like, fix it? I'm just calling it a bug. Yeah, it's fair. Most people call it anyways. I'm just a nitpicky jabroni. 3 bunkers in a row. Meanwhile, I got 5 factory here. I don't even know. I want to get to the bunker. We should trade off. What's up, Ishida? Integrally suppressed means the silencer is built directly into the barrel of the gun rather than added as an extra attachment. Does that make like the barrel just ginormous? Interesting to know. Smash eggs. That's what I did. I'm clearing out the whole bunker in my save right now. I wish I could clear out the factory just as efficiently. Wait, you can use a wrench to disable mines. I've been wondering what use that at. So like so like one of many complaints I have about the game. The flavor text for a lot of items, either here, let's go. Why not? Either like don't make sense or like they tell you it's like it tells you it does something that it doesn't do yet. So like the broom about like sweeping up. Oh wow, we're actually right next to the crab. The broom tells you can sweep up like radiation, whatever, and you still can't do that. And then like the flavor text for the wrench says that you can like remove wires and whatnot, but you still can't do that either. So, shoot, we're so loud I can hear from over here. Where's the caviar for this thing? Usually it's on the ground in a car somewhere, but I don't see it around here. But yeah, like the wrench, if you go to a landmine, I think it does like 100 damage. And I tested with like other melee weapons, and the melee weapons don't do anywhere close to that amount of damage, so. Peekaboo. Look at this. Look at this thing. If you haven't heard about the wrench in mines, I'm gonna watch that short after the stream. It unscrews for bleeding. Yeah, they really don't explain that use correctly. It's just prone to overheating and warping, but can be disassembled for maintenance. That's pretty cool. Was it like one of the only rifles or guns out there that has like internal suppression system? I figured that like that's such like a cool fact, like a cool unique thing about a gun. I'm surprised I've never like heard of it until now, you know? No, the caviars aren't this side. If anybody's still looking for the crab bean. My advice would be not to get, because these things look like they're glitched, like they're not moving. My advice is to not get too close to. It depends on which spawn they're at. This one might be the one that glitches you. There's one where, like, you can go up to it and it won't do anything to you, but there's also like a spawn which might be this one where he actually does attack and he'll grab you and like just start slamming you. And I believe it's glitched. I don't think this is intentional, but you can't get out. Like, I think it's because like you're clipped underneath, like you're basically stuck with him. If he grabs you, that you guys are like all stuck underneath these cars. So it's like, I guess it could kill your hardcore save. So it's one of many other things. I wish this thing would look a little creepier. It literally just looks like a giant crab. I would have thought they would have played more into the mutant aspect of it. But with many things about this patch, it's just another thing that's underwhelming. The death sound effect is pretty cool though. And they call it a hermit crab, even though it kind of looks like it's modeled after like an ocean crab or whatnot. Hermit crabs look way uglier, in my opinion. Can't even find space for this damn thing. There. Do the crabs do you haven't seen one yet? Nothing, as you just saw. Like, you could test them out and try to find one that actually does attack. It's pretty cool, like the attack animations, like they slam you down and whatnot. Like, you're not going to be able to really see it. It's full intent and glory, which is pretty much par for the course for this biome. No, the German made a lot of guns like that. Most will be gas blowback though, I see. Why have I not heard of like more of those kind of like internally suppressed guns? Wow. This thing was sleeping, but somehow heard I was here. I just stepped into the vicinity. These guys have like, I guess maybe sorry, maybe it makes sense because it's like a spider. If there was like spider web on the ground and you could like feel the vibrations of it, but I still don't understand like the aggro mechanics. Like, what did I do? I honestly just think it comes down to like just being in the vicinity. It's nothing to do with sound you make or line of. My God, I'm losing my voice here. I don't think it has anything to do with like line of sight or like sound. I think it's literally I just came in the vicinity of this thing and then all of a sudden I woke up. Like, you can make any sounds just walking. And like the terrain we were stepping on didn't make any sound. I understand if we stepped on like broken glass or whatever. Yeah, I gotta find the satellite dish building. Yeah, the data is half baked. Most def. You mean like MP5 SD? Yes. Yeah, they have weird triggers for aggro. Most definitely. And I'm getting like 28 frames. The rain is just taking my... The rain is taking whatever frames I had left over 30. It's brutal. It's got I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a CPU thing. Because my graphics card should be more than capable of handling this. See, these jabroni... They should be lined up and shot for how many of their crates are empty. Want an energy bar? Yeah, shoot these guys. Take your Twitter, your former Twitter flag here. You're doing a good job. Keep them down. I love MP5, but my fave is MP5 SD, and the one can place from grenade launcher because Half-Life. Ah, yes, I am familiar with the Half-Life MP5 grenade launcher. Always weird to see a submachine gun, what's considered a submachine gun in video games with a grenade launcher. There's also the Well-Rod. That's British. Let's see. And the PC also runs like shit on the new biome. What GPU do you have? RX 6. If you have a problem with RX 6600, I don't know. I have a 4070 Ti Super. RTX 4070 Ti Super, I think is the full name. How are they going? They just ran away. Maybe they heard the big tank. It's like so dark now, I can't. Oh my god, I'm gonna lit up by these zombies now too. Okay, wait, this is the building, I think. This is the satellite. If anybody wants to know where you can get 5 UN crates on a roof and one of them inside the building, I believe it's this building. Unfortunately, I'm getting lit up here. There should be a zombie down here too. Yeah. My good memory. There's a UN box here. Of course it's empty. There's a UN box here. Broken M50. I think this is what somebody was asking about the other day. If I found this. Guess we can cross it off the list. Excuse me. Mr. Graft. I'm trying to show off to everybody that I have the M50 and you're making it very difficult. Especially now that I don't have any silenced ammo. But the alert that actually line here. They don't want to have the fact that I'm on top of it. Whatever this is. Yeah. Thank you. As I was saying, I think this was the gas mask somebody was asking me about if I found. I don't think this is as good as the GP21. I mean, like, you'd literally have to be 1 bar better to beat it in radiation infections. This thing just exploded above me. What the hell? It caused a cave in here. It's good that glad it didn't kill me or do any damage to me, really. Just have another energy bar. And there's a variation of the Makarov pistol that I really like. The Makarov looks sick. I remember seeing that. Might have been some Call of Duty games. The Makarov pistol looks pretty cool. So yeah, I like the MP5K. Oh damn, yeah, that definitely shouldn't have to struggle in a game like Misery. No, there's no excuse for that. I'm getting more frames on Cyberpunk than I am on Misery, so take that in. But like to be fair, I guess I don't have the greatest CPU. Like to match the graphics card, so I could kind of see maybe like on the CPU side of things, maybe like that's the reason why I'm getting such low frames. But at the same time, it's like I don't have like an awful CPU, so like it makes sense. Like games like Cyberpunk or anything that's like actually taking from my GPU, it's gonna perform well. But wow, I didn't realize there's so many UN boxes here. This is a good spot here. This is probably yeah. Maybe I should make a video on this, like a quick little YouTube short. This is like the go-to spot for UN military box, if anybody's wondering. So I just like realized that there's so many here. So there's an underground section here that has 1, 2, 3, 4. We found it. Yes, let's go, dude. Holy shit. I want to keep this flag, but I can't. But you know what? We'll put it up in the honor of finding the UN. There we go. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's one here as well. 6 UN military boxes. 7. Oh my god, this is even better. This room here is sick. And then you can get inside this building, I believe. If I can find the entrance. There's at least one more inside the building. And the roof has like another 5. So I would suggest anyone looking for the UN military stuff and need to find said boxes that they come to the building with the satellite dish on top of it. Just cross this out. Absolutely let it go. Alright. And aim for shit. Better like hit fire when I'm aiming down sight. The swang on this thing is ridiculous, even with the ADS sensitivity decreased. So this is the roof that you can get another 5, I think, on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like about a dozen crates so far, just here. Pardon me, I'm looking for the UN stuff. Sorry, let's take a swig of water here. I can read some of the comments. I swear that this assembly sounds like a mad cow. Sounds like they just got somebody in the studio to go. I don't know. Studio probably is putting it too high of like a regard, but they probably just got somebody on the mic to go, and then just pitch it down. How do you tell somebody to describe like a zombie mutated or like a human organism just mutated into an explosive vehicle? There's a back ladder to the building. Yeah, we found that. I think. Yeah, that's when you're referring to the roof. Bro, a few days ago, I got killed by an airstrike through the roof of a gas station and grocery store building. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I shouldn't trust, like, just hiding underneath something. Well, you're better off, like, 100%, especially if you're playing on hardcore, just to run as fast as you can and either left or right of that line of bombs. More frames in Cyberpunk down on misery. Yeah, even with ray tracing. Crazy shit. It's a game itself. I play on the Core i5. Oh, I hate that you can't aim in misery when you get shot. Bullet flinch is the worst. Why, like, I never really aim down sights on a zombie. Not gonna lie, this assembly sound is driving me crazy. It's just like, it's very loud, and like you can hear from across the map, like they aggro or start making that sound when you're like super far away. I don't know if we have the tactical helmet. Maybe we should grab down. With a full UN collection at this point. We already have the vast thing up there. EpiPen. It's clearly an EpiPen. Yeah, I think there's at least one more in this building here. Did I break this down? Like Chris Jericho? Man, there's a box here. Oh my god, there's 3 of them there. Maybe I'll just like take a clip from this stream, do like a quick voiceover and release it as a short. Or maybe just make a full-on video. I don't know. A lot of people want to know how to get the new UN stuff, and this is probably your best shot. There's a crazy amount of UN crates in such a small area. This roof, that building, like the underground section. Like, if you just keep... And I think, like... I don't have, like, a bird's eye view. There's another box here you can grab the backpack from. Plastic cases. I don't know how much this really does. I think they're pretty small storage-wise. Well, it's interesting design, to say the least. Keep equipping the... I don't know how that must be. I was gonna say something and I don't remember. What was I gonna say? Oh, I think that I don't have the bird's eye view of this map, but I think this building is like dead center, or like really close to the center of the map. So like no matter where you spawn in from, what side, you probably have to travel the same distance to get here. And then yeah, you could just like keep resetting to find this map, run over here, open up all these UN crates, and if you still don't find it, just reset the map, I guess. That would be my best place. Wait, are you in hardcore? Hell no. This game was way, way, way too buggy, poorly optimized, etc., etc. There's too many one-hit mechanics that are glitchy AF that I really don't suggest anybody do hardcore unless they're willing to lose their save to some bullshit. By the way, how do you get the assault vest? This thing? This is the assault vest? Where's the assault vest? I thought you were talking about the assault helmet. The assault vest sounds like it's probably in the bunker. Another crate outside here. Where'd you come from, little buddy? Look at you. I can't even loot him. I know. So there's a crate outside here as well. Is that a stash? Yeah, there's a stash here. These are like the worst. Imagine going through all these parkouring sections to open up a stash to get a swollen can of porridge, a rotten piece of cheese, and cucumber seeds. Does that seem like a worthy reward to you? Spending like 5 minutes of your precious duration time. What did you come from? Just a little side tango here. Like a Superman pose. Dun, da, 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 da. Coming at you at 28 frames with a speeding bullets. Dun, da, 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 dun, da, da, da. Super Traverla. See, I'm trying to do a little joke here, you stupid zombie. I got room with a fist. Too much junk in my inventory. Quite literally. Get the motherboard. Motherboard ain't working. Nathan. Oh shit. We gotta get out of here. We have too much loot. No. This is the direction the wall is in. Read those comments later. Now we're in full panic mode. I don't know which side of the wall I have to find my bunker at. Oh. Left or right? Left or right? Okay. Well, since we're all in the corner, then we should just go. Should be a straight shot here. One thing I really wish for is the devs to make more of the parkour bits like they added in Cooling Tower and the factory biome. I just wish the reward for them were, like, was equivalent to the effort you put in. There's so many, like, anomalies you can travel through here on this map. And, like, a lot of cool parkour sections, but, like, why risk your life doing them if, the best they give you is, like, a moldy bread? Holy frame, I'm like 25 FPS right here. Hey, caramba. Eat this dried fish. Best food item in the game. Like more connected buildings where you can explore. There's quite a bit of it here. Like, this is the best map for exploration in my opinion. It's not exactly saying much. I mean, like, what else do you have to compare it to, really? How do you get the backpack you're carrying, and which one is it? This would be the large backpack. I think it's exclusively found in the bunker. I don't know if you could find it in the factory, but I can tell you for certain it's in the bunker. It's quite. This is the one instance where the flavor text is actually correct. I think it's the largest backpack you can find. Yeah, bunker for a large backpack, radio room. I know. Actually, I found, like, it's not just limited to that room specifically. Like, while that might be the best place to find it, I think you can also find this in their military crates in the bunker. I think I found one in there. I noticed MRE UN have better fill stats than the Soviet MRE, which is kind of funny, because like it's another thing that outclasses the last biome of the game's progression. So, GG floating Traverla garden. Found 4 grenades in a Mawson and a cooling tower. Cooling tower? I mean the cooler box? 4 grenades in Mawson and a cooling tower. I don't know what you're thinking. I want to see how that UN gas mask stats. We'll take a look at it. We just sell off my garbage here. I need to free up inventory space badly. I wish there was just a way to sell this, like by left clicking or right clicking at something instead of having me actually having to click on the item on the list. Pretty decent money. 100 rupees for crab caviar. And we like that. We like that a lot. A lot of people are saying the crab is a useless meat, but the caviar. How do you do the voice? My throat's completely cooked here. Crab leg. I don't think I've ever gotten a crab leg. Crab I have gotten. More caviar. More fist. The fist of fury. Oh, I didn't realize I had so much caviar. A lot of people are saying grab caviar. And oh, I do have a crab leg. Should I save these? I feel like I should save them. I have enough like true burlai and fist and whatnot. On my max weight, does the money put me over the weight limit? It's hilarious. We'll sell the caviar now. We'll keep like the egg, the leg, and the eye. The power plant style cooling tower and factory. Ah, I see. Oh, you mean like a cooling tower? I don't know why it's like a computer. Cooling tower is in like a nuclear plant. Hope they make statues for all the enemies. Man, sure, but I have way more other things on the priority list that would hop that spot. do a lot of things before that. We should protest. Put a ban. I said I want no more new content until the content you have right now is fixed. Odd question, but would you do a base review when it be placed in multiplayer? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. A base review? My base? A review on someone else's base, and then the multiplayer aspect, you gotta have to go more in depth on that. It's early morning for me too, so I can't the brain ain't functioning the way it should. Okay, first things first, let's get this going here. I will actually be able to compare this to the exoskeleton post nerf. And then after that's fixed, we'll look at the gas mask. So at least we can say for certain the assault helmet you find in the bunker is still best in slot, or at least better than what the UN has for your head. Moment of truth. What? Is it still bugged? I guess it counts as a uniform / jacket. And it's still 3 defense. Oh my god. Everybody gets screwed in this update. If you'd already have the exoskeleton and your guns, good luck to you. Because now they put the bunker farther away. And the bunker is like the only reasonable place to find your, like, not even just find the best gear, find any gear at this point. This, like, that has to, it's a bug. Not everything here isn't intended to have 3 defense. It's got to be a bug. When I was doing the video for a second, I considered like maybe they just wanted all the military uniforms and jackets to have 3 defense, but I thought, no, it's stupid. Because there's literally one that's like a military uniform that says that it's protects well from damage. So what kills me is that, like, it's been 7 days since the last hotfix, and like this is a pretty crazy bug. Like, this really screws over anybody who doesn't have an exoskeleton. So good luck to you. Reviewing other people's bases, their style, practically in design, and what you think. Would I be open to that? Sure, why not? Would it be like someone sending me a review of them going over their base and me just talking about it? Am I a judge of a competition? I don't know if I'm exactly the pariah, the spokesperson, the go-to guy to review bases, but it's the worst thing they did. My dwarves can't sit on their chairs anymore. It's like 25 FPS right now. Oh my god. I need to find space for this. Maybe I'll just put the helmet on one of these guys. You can see what it looks like. Put that there. And we can try to repair the gas mask wherever I put that. There it is, broken M50. This for sure I know is like a be best in slot or anywhere. Might be close, but yeah, very strong resistance. Let's say 15 seconds. If you want to see it, I can show you what a base with almost nothing in it and almost all blocks sure looks like. I think I can imagine it. Like, it'd be cool. If the game ever got big enough, maybe someone could host a challenge where everybody starts off with the same big, maybe like a weekly challenge, like a whole week or something. Like everybody could start off with a bunker that literally has every concrete block removed, and then day one, just like go from day one all the way, or maybe we'll limit the shinings or something, but just have like a same allotted, either allotment of time or shinings for you to collect enough furniture and decorate that huge bunker. Whoever comes up with like the best one at the end wins. That'd be interesting. I mean, send in video or live review. It's your call. It'd have to be uniform. Gotta be one way or the other, I think, for everybody. It's the best way to put it. Like, there's a lot of ideas that I could do for like misery content. But at the same time, I don't want to come across as somebody who's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I don't want to like oversaturate or like. I don't want to make the entire channel misery based. At the same time, I also don't want to feel like I'm making useless misery videos. That's the best way to put it. I feel like I'm trying to capitalize on misery. I want like my misery videos to actually have the sense of purpose, as opposed to it just being like not so much clickbaity, but like, oh, he's releasing this video just to capitalize on viewership. But because I have some ideas for videos, but my bunker designer on a lonely theme. Oh. Wait, you forgot to show the M50 stats? I didn't forget. I was waiting for this in the craft as I was going on my soliloquy and monologue. I mean, it's pretty damn close. In comparison to the GP21, all you're losing is 1 bar of defense and just a little chunk of radiation protection, so this is probably the second best gas mask in the game. It also looks a lot cooler too. Kind of looks like the, I know it's a Fallout fan, Enclave. If they have like a similar helmet looking like this. There it is. Maybe we should just decorate a mannequin to have the full UN armor. Yeah, he does look like Fallout man. I mean, YouTube suggested you, and I never looked up anything for misery, which is good on YouTube. I mean, by far, it's like the videos, the long form videos I've had that I've done, like, had the most outreach and positive feedback. So, like, on one hand, everything, like, stat-wise is telling me to make more misery content. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to flood. I don't know. It's very easy for me to just like upload like constant YouTube shorts or videos, just being like, hey, top 5 misery, whatever, and just being another one of those generic jabronis. Top 5 helmets in the game. Coming at you, number 5. Or just being like, did you know about this hidden enclave here in the factory biome? Check out this spider's den. This is kind of crazy, right? I just want like videos with substance. Something that's actually worth watching. I like the review videos, I think. Best examples of that. But I can't walk down here and not get like 23 frames. Now I'm at 46. Now I'm at 24. But it has to do with like the assets, the stuff that I have. 22 frames. How did I get 40 back there at one point and then get dropped down to 20? Damn, GP21 is better than M50 on the M50 looks like, yeah, it does. Just don't burn yourself out because once you stop having fun, the point is truly lost. Yeah, I mean, like, those review videos took a while. And maybe like the next misery video would be, I think if I keep it short, I won't burn out as much, but also like have the premise be more fun than it is like informational. Although that kind of defeats the purpose of me saying that it should serve a purpose. Like I don't know where to start really. Like I have so many ideas. It's a bad thing. But I definitely want to get a video out about like UN, like if anyone's struggling to find UN stuff, the best place to look for it would be right there. That satellite dish building. Just look for a building with a satellite dish and you'll come across some good stuff. I need more scrap for this. We are chewing through scrap here. Yeah. That'll probably be my next video. We'll do one about just like showing everybody the UN stuff. I think that'll be both entertaining and really informative because a lot of people want to know the stats on certain items from the UN, and I think at this point I have all, if not most of them. Let's go get some of this. And oh, I think we're out of gunpowder. Grab some more. And a sip of agua. Also, lights cause lag as far as I'm aware. Yeah, it's... I wish I wouldn't have to build so many lights. It's just like it only powers up one block. You can't see Nathan unless like every block's illuminated. And when you come to the factory or the warehouse here, it's like I don't even have 3 rows yet. That's if it's just like you have 3 rows, imagine having the full thing done. Drink water before you're all ending game, for sure. Hydration station. But yeah, we'll see at after the stream. I got some work to do, and then I'll try to find some free time to do another video with a voiceover. And it'll basically, we'll start off like having the mannequin dressed up with like all the UN gear, and then we'll do we can put the gear in the gear, it's awesome. And then we'll do like a review or like comparison to like the best in slot bunker stuff to the UN stuff, so like everybody can see what it looks like, what the stats are, what's even available, and the location and where to grab them. And I think that'll be a fairly concise, short, but informational video, informative video. And I think people appreciate, because as much as I like to do a video, but like, oh, cool ideas they could add in Misery, or like base building reviews, or base building whatever, I think right now what the community needs is some hope that the update is worth playing. And I think if they see like the UN gear, or that's possible, or where to grab it, they'll be more inclined to play it and enjoy it, as opposed to me just being like, here's a list of ideas I think they could add for Misery. Meanwhile, like, they're already struggling with the content they have now. Kinda wish full fed and hydrate and passive heal health. You would think it would do that, but just think about how many medical supplies there are in the game, and how much like that would kind of render this medical supply somewhat useless. You just end up having like bigger collection of medical supplies over time. So if I sent in a base tour video, where would I be sending it? That is a good question. I should set up like, I guess like a business email or Gmail for the channel. I might have one. I'm not entirely certain. Let me just see for a second. I mean, if you're doing it, are you uploading it to YouTube? Because if it's just like a link, you could probably just throw it in like a YouTube comment section. But if you're sending it like as an actual video file or whatever, then probably gonna have to go through an email. Alright. Okay. Reload my gun with ammunition. Stop, game. Give me a black screen like that. I love about video about armor and clothing stats since I don't see people making one else for clickbait. Are people making clickbait of? Usually clickbait of like something comes after like there's so many like already successful or like a lot of content. How do you do clickbait on a game that doesn't even have that much content to begin with? I mean, I could, but I don't really have a channel. Okay, well, I don't know. That's why I asked earlier if recorder live would be better. Probably recorded, because then I could find time to. It'd be easier for me, I think, because then I could just like. Do you want like a live reaction to the video? Or did you want me to like come out with like actually watch the video first, then kind of script out my thoughts, and then talk about it? Like, I don't know how you want me to present it. Either way, I think having a video, at least it provides me, like, on my end, like, I have time to look at it, whatever. As opposed to, like, having a schedule a day where I'm watching your stuff, you know? I mean, it's your call on what direction you want to go with. True, but it's also your idea as well. I'm just trying to think, like, if you made a video showcasing your base, I feel like there's more pressure or incentive for you to like would you be providing commentary? Like, would you be talking about what you built? Or are you just like kind of just would the video just be you going through your base and just showing off everything? I'm not sure how you would do it on your side. Yeah, make some SVD stuff as well. Never mind, I'm out of gunpowder. I only have to make some more. Do I have any more UN stuff here? There's most random stuff in this inventory. More gunpowder. United North Vest. I gotta put on this. Gentlemen. Oh, I should have picked up the backpack. That would have been cool. I swear I have a UN backpack somewhere, though. Most definitely picked up one. Just don't know where I have it stored. check the front, but if it's not in the front, then I could do it either when it goes into voiceover, give the pause and review style review commentary versus quick showcase, give a live commentary from review. One second. Okay, it's bunkered in. I realized the new POE in the bunker was underground green. Is that what it was? I found it the other day too. But the thing is, like, I don't think I fully explored the bunker 100% of the way. So, like, every time I feel confident that I found the new place of interest, I'm also not sure that that's the new place of interest. It might just be something I just didn't see before. It's weird because you would think the hours I have in this game I would have saw everything the bunker has to offer, but I was fooled once. I don't see the backpack anywhere. Voiceover, give the pause and review style review commentary versus quick showcase, give a live commentary for the review. Well, the way I see it is if you do your own commentary, then I'm reviewing it after and giving my commentary. It's kind of messy, I think. It's like you're providing commentary and then I'm providing commentary over it. But like your past commentary versus my future commentary. It's gonna sound kind of weird, I think. I think if you're gonna do commentary, I probably have to be live there for it. But if you're not gonna do commentary, then it could be recorded video. Because you're obviously gonna want to explain like the inspiration or what, like, how this works. So. Yeah, I didn't pick up the backpack then, but I'm pretty sure I picked up one before when the first play of the update, because I was just grabbing everything that was new. The problem is now is like finding it. So like, there's also a chance where I picked it up, put it in the thing, saved the game, but because the save took like 5 seconds to save, I might have like went to main menu to reset for another day, and that might have just like killed the save file that had it there. My best bet is to check down here, and if it's still not here, then I'm gonna have to go back to the factory and find it. But I'm almost positive I picked one up at some point. Here it is. Let's go. Like, there's so many videos I like to do about Misery, but at the same time, like, especially for the factory update, but at the same time, it's like I don't feel like I have like 100% of all the information, so I feel like it's useless. Like, if I do a video about like the UN armor and everything, and claim that this is all the UN armor there is, but then someone can just be like, "Oh no, I found this too," and it's like, "Oh shit, I didn't find that." Now my video is obsolete. But at least like this seems to be, because then I'll take the hazmat suit as well. Where are you, hazmat suit? This is the hazmat suit, if anyone's wondering. The radiation protection on that. Also, like, doing a video on the UN armor, and then while like this, like, everything's glitched, this is like, this is a hazmat suit. It has 3 defense. This is the UN armor, the military uniform. It has 3 defense. Like, how is it like as I was like waiting, right? Like, even with the review, like the hotfixes, when they first came out, the first 2 hotfixes, I was like, okay, whatever. Like, there's not enough content to like make a video on it. And then they came out the 3rd hotfix, and that was huge. So I'm like, okay. But at the same time, I was like, let me wait a little bit to see if there's more hotfixes to come. And then a 4th one came out. And then eventually I waited like a few days. Nothing came out. I was like, okay, I can make a video now. Like, it's been, like I said, 7 days since the last hotfix. And like the biggest glitch that I thought would have been hotfixed immediately is still here. So maybe this is just like a really, really bad spaghetti code. Like, this is a tough one for the devs. It's like, how do you do a review on like the stats of something when you know like 2 of the items are bugged. I'll make mention of it, I guess, but I feel like I'm doing people a disservice because it's like I'm only giving them half of like stats for these two items, but that's whatever. I collect everything for display and have every outfit so far on display. Yeah, like I was doing that until the factory update. I'm just gonna blame everything on the factory update. I'm gonna blame it like on COVID. Like everything is because it's the fault of COVID. Everything's the fault of the factory update. Like I was collecting one of everything. I was like Noah's Ark for all the items, especially in anticipation for the update, so that when the update did come, I was prepared. And I still somehow didn't have a hunter's knife for the butcher table, but yeah, you get to a point where you're so late game, like you know you're no longer focused on best in slot gear. You're just grabbing everything you don't have. Where is this VDM? Oh, there it is. Damn, so I got some backup magazine and some more ammunition. Indeed, outfits seem bugged besides radiation. Yeah, I think it's literally like military uniforms, or like uniforms and jackets is what they said, right? But like, what that basically means, because like a worker suit, that shouldn't count as the. I guess it's like a worker's uniform, but like, essentially what it means is everything in this slot here. Everything. I don't think it has a name. Everything in this T-shirt slot is bugged 3 defense except for the exoskeleton. So like, I guess it was like a panic hotfix to fix the exoskeleton, so that there was at least some armor in the game that was in 3 defense, but. It's tough. It's tough to be a misery player right now. It sucks too because it's like coming out with this big update. How do I tell people not to play the game? Like how do you tell people like after this giant update to wait and not play it because it's not in a great state right now? Sure, the save took. There we go. What's up, Pi Second 2020? I wanted to ask you, why do you use 3 guns? Why not? It's like the most efficient thing to do because you can. The Kipperus is able to be hotbarred because I think it's like a sidearm, so you don't have to have it equipped to your primary or secondary, so you can have access to it as a third weapon. And they use the weapons I'm using are all 3 different weapon types, so you can use 3 different ammunition. And there's, especially with the factory update, there's so many enemies. You want to be able to shoot as many bullets at them as you can. Better question is, why aren't you using 3 guns? It's the best way to play. Also, I play on controller, ammo, and on the FO. Shame. Shame. The deer is not this big. Like, does it really kill like the giant stag? Playing a controller on a laptop. You don't have 3, you have 1. That explains why you don't use 3 guns, I guess. I started playing Misery not too long ago. Hell yeah. Welcome. Probably one of the worst times to play Misery. Yeah, the Kipperus uses 9mm ammo. So it's essentially like a hopped up pistol. A machine gun that uses your pistol ammo. I don't think I'm out of. I don't know if I have like all the pistols in the game or like I'm a pistol aficionado, but I think it's safe to say the Kypris does more damage than any other pistol in the game. But the Kypris is still pretty weak. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for the follow. Hasika. Terrible fan. It's like all those stream alert stuff in Twitch just pumping in. I don't even know what's going on. Full of 70 followers was completed. Hell yeah. Okay. Let me just get some water and I'll go out and try to find the factory again. See if there's anything I missed. Can't find any water. I mean, beer counts as water, right? Just walk out absolutely buzzed. Should be fine. There should be like a drunk debuff in the game. Or a drunk buff, depending who you ask. I don't know why they reworked the armor and clothes pre-update or fine. I think it's because they wanted, I didn't mind the change because like it kind of helps like beginners and like mid-game players. They like the patch notes probably did it more justice than what I'm saying, but I think they wanted they really wanted to push like vests giving you extra armor and having jackets be just a thing that gives you pockets, but I think they also felt that like jackets should provide some defense, so I don't know. It's a buff, so like I find it hard to. It's not a PV. I guess I don't know. Is there like do people do PvP on this? Like griefing, but it's not really a PvP game. It's a PvE game. So like anytime there's a buff, I don't think. Unless it's like something out egregious, I don't think it's something that for people to be upset about. Everyone likes it when your life is easier on every game, I suppose. But yeah, if like reworking it caused it to glitch out everything, then I could see that people are going, why did they even rework this in the first place? What's up, Firmino? We're ready to see your stream today at 5:30. JK, 3:30 on that Eastern Standard Time. Why is your clothing all broken? Because I getting shot up by zombies left and right, bro. I should fix it, but it's okay. They need to make it so I can repair armor that's on me. Having to repair the exoskeleton suit is like it's a stronger pain than childbirth.
When are they gonna get to the
Fireworks factory? I know. We'll get to the factory soon. Just give me a moment. I gotta repair this armor now. So like fixing this is fine. Like oh look at that. It doesn't have any pockets, so there's nothing in it, and it's like it's only a 2x4 in the inventory, and you only need one sewing kit. Easy, simple, right? How about repairing the exoskeleton suit? No, not simple at all. You can't store the exoskeleton suit within itself, so good luck with that. And I can't bring it here because it would be max weight. So here's how you repair an exoskeleton suit. This should be a YouTube short or a 101 video. How to repair your exoskeleton suit. First, drop literally everything in your exoskeleton suit. Once you've done that, bring your exoskeleton suits to your main inventory. Once you've done that, make room for 3 sewing kits and 10 electronics. I'm gonna have to drop my stuff here. The whole time this is happening, I should be playing Sweet Georgia Brown, like the Globetrotter music should be. Okay, 3 sword kits. I'm running over here. Gotta get 10 electronics, and then once you've done all those simple, easy steps, finally you can repair your exoskeleton. So you don't forget to pick up literally everything you've dropped just to get that done. Now have fun resorting your inventory. I don't even have 9mm for the Kypris. So you're worth bringing anywhere. How are you, my friend? No. How are you, my friend? Put in storage. Can you repair from storage? I don't even know. Is there a prompt for that? Also, I need to have a storage that wasn't full nearby. Oh, you mean like put it in the sewing machine? You think I think goodly? Why would I ever do that? Wait a minute. You're telling me that the simple solution for repairing something is just to put it in the sewing kit, to put it on the table it's meant to be repaired on? No. That's too simple. Don't I look silly now? But it's like, I never think to bring it to the sewing machine. I just, like... How many games did you play, especially, like, post-apocalyptic, like, looter shooter, whatever you want to call this, where there's a repair system? What, like, how many of them do you play that you can repair something on the fly or in your inventory as opposed to, like, bringing it to a station? Like, this gets, like, the worst of both worlds? I don't know. Because, like, you don't have to bring this to a sewing machine to repair it, but it provides you, like, a storage to do so. So, like, I'm just conditioned to repair it on the fly, like, in my inventory, and not really thinking about having a container to put it in. So I think, like, they should either have it so you can repair it specifically at a sewing machine, or make it easier for me to repair it just when it's on my body. Okay, here's an idea, right? Here's an idea. What if they made it, right? So you can put it in the sewing machine and it would take less sewing kits, or maybe not any sewing kits at all, and actually repair it to its full durability. And a sewing kit is only used to patch it on the fly, and you can do it while it's on your body, but it only brings back a portion of durability. How's that for an idea? Because if you're gonna have it where there's a sewing kit station and sewing kits, why not utilize both in a manner that makes sense, you know? Stalker Fallout Misery once you would, yeah, Abiotic Factor, play less survival games. That's an awesome idea. There you go, see. Someone wanted me to come out with an idea video for Misery, like what the devs can do. I'll release a video like that once like this shit gets under control. Right now, the devs need time to actually fix what they got, as opposed to like getting more concepts or more ideas that, you know, if they implement now, it's just going to cause more problems. But yeah, I also had the idea the other day of like, because not a lot of the game is explained to you, which could be a good thing or a bad thing, but at the same time, there's still some clever ways, or at least a bare minimum way to convey some of the information that a player would appreciate, as opposed to having to learn that information by trial and error and like screwing things up. And so like I made the suggestion or the idea that at the very least, the traders should have like some NPC dialogue that makes reference to certain things, like, hey, did you know that? It doesn't even have to be like so ham-handed or like ham-fisted, where the trader's literally telling you, hey, don't use guns on crayfish, use melee. it could be delivered in like exposition, like story way, where like the trader's like, "Hey, the other day, me or my buddy was trying to put bullets into a crayfish. It didn't look like it took at all." Or, you know what I mean? Like some kind of exposition to kind of give you the player hints as to, because like no one tells you a crayfish don't take no damage from range. Like it takes less damage from range. You have to look that up, or like somebody has to figure that out. And it's like, do you want to be the guy, like every single person out there just firing bullets on the crayfish to figure that out, or would you rather have it like delivered to you through like NPC dialogue? And then I also had the idea of like, well, why not just go one step further and have like a thing where you start off like maybe the trader hands it to you, or you start off with like a journal, and every time you come across an enemy, that enemy gets sketched into your journal. Like this has been done before, but I'm just saying like I'm not reinventing the wheel here, but I think it could be really useful for this game. Where like you come across a boar, and your journal gets updated, and now you can look into your journal and you see that you sketched a boar, and then you named it boar or whatever, right? But then you have like question mark, question mark, question mark, or there's just like nothing filled out. Then you kill said boar, you loot the boar. Now you know the loot details, so that gets updated to your journal. Or you gun down like 5 boars, and now more information gets added to it's aggressive, it's pattern, or you find out what biome it's in, and like more information gets added to your journal. So it's not a ham-fisted way of like a tutorial telling you, like you're bombarded with tooltips, but it also like makes sense lore-wise. So should I have been a game dev in my past life? Maybe I was a game dev in my past life. Bunker? I don't want the bunker. This is bullshit. Misery needs a lantern for AoE light mounted to the body versus the omnidirectional flashlight. Yeah, because that requires you to have your gun constantly equipped and your gun to be aimed in certain directions. I want them to introduce floodlights. I need better like lighting it like from the outside to your bunker, or like just better lighting in general. That's a whole other issue. Do you know the starting quick loot event in the beginning? Yeah, I died when I first played, and I played for so long for nothing. Don't mind finding stuff through. Well, I mean, it's like it's not required, but it definitely helps. But that's also like, it's like really throwing your player into the fire. That's your first ever impression of the game. You've immediately thrown in, here's the Fallout, grab everything you can, and it's like you don't know what's useful and what's not. My buddy first played it. He didn't know what the hell he was grabbing or how to grab anything, and he was confused. It's like, do I have to make it back before the mission, or will I die here if I don't? So it's a clever concept, I guess, but like, I honestly don't know if there's a better way to kind of implement that. Or like, I guess they give you like a brief little blurb of like telling you what you should do, but maybe they should like pause the emission timer and then actually have like a little blurb of text that tells you, hey, Fallout's happening, grab everything you can, and then maybe give you some examples of some useful stuff. And it's not going to make or break your run, but it certainly would help. And I just remember my buddy and I being confused after, like, we both played it like separately, like that intro, and just being like, what the hell is that? But yeah, I could totally see them implementing like a journal. I was blown up by a silent bomber. I didn't even know what the hell was happening. Got one hit KO, and I was like, what? This is like the worst area of the bunker here. This is so annoying to traverse, and it's like goes on for so long. They didn't have to make every single one of these only like you have to crouch to get through. Every time I see that part of the bunker, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm done. I ain't doing that. That's why I can't really like recommend hardcore, the hardcore version of this game. I don't know how people do it. I know why, but like how? You had like these are all one-hit kill related. You had a bomber plane that didn't give you an audio cue. You had a landmine in the factory that was like glitch under terrain. You had a glitch in the bunker that got you permanently stuck. There's a crab enemy now that if you get too close, you're stuck in a loop of them thrashing you. There's just way too many unintentional ways of losing a hardcore save. You're just like, why did I waste all this time when a developer bug or oversight just completely killed the run, you know? They need a way to kill attachables. Way back when I first started streaming, somebody had mentioned, like, can a buddy shoot the ghoul off you? And I was like, I have no idea, I'm gonna solve them. I thought that if you took a ghoul outside, like if you're somehow you made your way back to your bunker and took it outside, that sunlight would kill it or something. But no, there's like literally no way to get the ghoul off you. So like, adding one-hit kills to your game is one thing. Adding one-hit kills in a game that also has hardcore is one thing. But adding glitches that prevent you from really being prepared for the one-hit kills in a hardcore game, something completely different altogether. Did they increase the storage on deer? I don't remember it being this large. Maybe I'm just tripping out. Might as well take a quick look here. Plastic. It figures as soon as they added like the ability to buy plastic from the resource trader, they also added like 1 million plastic spawns here. I don't need cables for the base. Alright. Just there, man. Without laughing every time we spine the miner. Every time you just start off in the bunker and like 5 seconds in you just hear you're like, what the hell? What the hell? One can of porridge. And they buff loot in the stash. The stash item, like, drop table did not share its properties of, like, these shittiest drop tables. Like, I shouldn't be getting swollen cans of porridge after doing a parkour challenge for 5 minutes. Essentially risking my life to travel through an anomaly, which I think by default damages you anyways, just so I have a chance at some moldy bread and a cucumber seed. Cucumber. These are new. There's like a ton of things they added in the game that didn't mention in the patch notes. Like, you can't just chalk this up as minor improvements / bug fixes that you put as a blurb at the end of your patch notes. It should just be like all encompassing. This is like an actual like new feature. Get him, Swamper. Beat that ass. Who's gonna win here? Where do you got your money on? Swamper or Plague Doctor? Put it in chat, let's see. Uh-oh, drop back up. Uh-oh. He's good. Bitch slapped. Gun parts. I'm sorry, we're not supposed to have any guns in this game. You must have not gotten the memo, Stave. I don't know if you heard. But factory update. We're not supposed to have any gun loot. So be gone.
What?
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 What? You would be correct. The Swamper did beat the ass. Does it count though? It was a 2-on-1, you know? Third man in. Did we count that? That should be disqualification, right? Do we give it to the plague doctor? I think actually does a ton of damage. I can get into this little seat here. Like Rocky and Bullwinkle. You can dodge swamp attack by crouching. Doctor should have known. Can I? Hey, nerd. Okay, this looks like this looks like a precarious situation here. I can see how you can dodge that by being literally going level at this thing. Yeah, that's one way to avoid taking damage. Alright, that was just these are like, ironically, these were like super terrifying to me in the beginning of the game. Now like every other, for the most part, mutant doesn't really match that, but I remember just like really early on walking by. I think I first encountered this not even outside, it was in like one of the bunker areas. And I'm just looting, I turn around, I just see this thing in my face, like, what the? Like, I didn't know they were quote-unquote passive, because I still don't know, like, what triggers them. Some people say when it rains, they attack, or they just attack randomly. So, like, by the time I thought, like, I heard someone say that they were passive, I was like, okay. So I didn't kill them, I just like, oh, we're friendly. And then all of a sudden they were just attacking me. What the hell? What are you attacking me? But yeah. Like a bunker like this, like walking by here, looting something and then turning around and just seeing that swamper's face in my face, like, holy shit, like, that was scary. I wish they could like replicate that. How is like the easiest enemy, the one that's like actually somewhat passive, the scariest enemy in your game? Like everything else you added after that, like the crab just looks so funny. I'm not terrified of the giant crab. The Traverla looks derpy too, bro. How do you make a spider lame? Think about all of the animals, or like everything that was non-human that got mutated, and how they still like are pretty much in their original form, just larger, like the crab, the crayfish, the I'm missing one more somewhere. Crab, crayfish, the boar. I mean, the boar got changed a little bit, the deer a little bit as well. But they had an opportunity to put like a giant mutant spider, and then what we ended up getting was like a gorilla that had like Doc Ock arms, essentially. The rules must be followed. Execute the other swamper. You gotta kill them for the DQ, you know, jumping in on the. You can't tell me the face of the Traverla is scary. He's got the Michael Jordan tongue out here. It's just not that terrifying. It just looks like he has Doc Ock arms. He shouldn't have human hands. So it looks like that looks like a stiletto. That looks like a high heel he's wearing. The boar design's pretty cool. The tusks growing out of his eye sockets. The deer's kind of like... It all depends on how much they want to lean into like the horror aspect of the game, but could you imagine if this deer had like a broken, unhinged jaw? Just like hanging from its face? Like that would be... Or like also having like an eyeball just like gouged out, or like its eye socket just... There's so many cool things. Or even have like could sit there and dream. I could come up with like an hour-long video of me just going like, wouldn't it be cool if they did this? Wouldn't it be cool if they did that? I'd be like, what's that guy? Andy Rooney. Haven't you noticed that the deer looks kind of lame? Haven't you noticed the gorilla kind of looks too human compared to the spider counterpart it should be? Haven't you noticed? I'm gonna do that for now. I wonder if I could do the swamper statue now. I might be able to. Maybe I'm missing Moss. Your name is Morris Moss, is it not? Four armors and 5. I'm missing Moss. Damn it. I didn't put any in the backpack, did I? Oh my god, we got it. Your name is Morris Moss. Oh, we're missing wood, of course. How stupid can I be? Imagine trying to do taxidermy without wood. What a clown. What was I thinking? There we go. I gotta wait 50 seconds for this bad boy. Dude, I was scared of the teleportation. What, the swampers? Just appearing out of nowhere? I thought it was the gravity. Oh. I thought it was the gravity anomaly that would kill me. Yeah, they don't really make it clear. Like, you just kind of have to have balls of steel to run into an anomaly. But yeah, especially if you come across like the anomalies that damage you, I could see. Again, this is just game design 101. You shouldn't you have to kind of point your players towards something, and if you don't, then they're just kind of left to their own devices. And if they think that something isn't worth doing or it's going to hurt them, or like they're going to not do it, so you probably shouldn't have like damaging anomalies, and like also expect your player base to just run blindly into one. Like, I was dumb. I was just like, oh man, this looks like it could be something. I'll run into it. But I honestly would not be surprised if like people's first impressions are they gone through like some of the game, not knowing that you can jump through one of those anomalies. Especially if you come across one that was damaging you. It's like, why would I touch that? Like, even it looks ominous, right? Like, it's a giant black sphere, it's like pulsating. You're like, I don't want to be anywhere near that shit. But it's probably for the best anyways, because like the stashes that you get from them suck ass. It looks so derpy. At least it's small in your inventory. Is he coming out of like a garbage bin? What is... Or he's coming out like a concrete pipe? Wait, what? Does that not look like a concrete pipe to you? What is with like those extra... Huh. Okay. I think it would look a lot better from coming out of the pipe. Yeah, so we got 4. Trophies done. Hell yeah. swear there are two deers. The base one and one is infected and always hostile. I think they're always hostile. I think they're all this one here. Somebody was mentioning to you that it'd be cool if there's like variations of the infection. So like you could come across a normal looking deer, and then have one like way more aggressive that looks like the one we have now. Then have one that's like completely mutated to shit. And I think that's a really good way to do, like, game design wise. You're reusing assets, but you're also adding new enemies, adding new lore to the game. It's like a win-win situation, like across the board. So that'd be cool if they implemented that. So you said your buddy plays as well. Would y'all ever do a co-op run through and see how far you get together? My buddy is a bit of a flake, to put it lightly. I don't want to say flake, but like, I feel like every time I try to get on a game, he either doesn't, like, it takes a while for his schedule to be free, but also like I think his attention span, he kind of just like wavers. I feel like he get bored of the game, so like I don't know how far he'd make it. I got him to play with me once, and put it this way, after how many months he still hasn't played with me, so I don't think a co-op run for that is coming anytime soon. But we do play other games co-op. We played How to Fish, which is a pretty fun game. We played that yesterday. A couple of my buddies. So like, I don't want to be like, have to title every one of my live streams or challenges or whatever solo. That's just the way it is. Like my schedule is like way more open compared to my buddies. So, but I still find time to get some co-op runs here and there with people. Day 96 before I died. Like, if the game was stable, I might have considered doing a hardcore run, but at this point, it's just not in the works for me. I feel that. I bought my bud the game. I was the one who told him to get it for free weekend, and then he ended up buying it, but we did not play together after free weekend. Got ahead right now. Have a good time. Hopefully YouTube shows me your stream again. If so, see you soon. I'm sure if you're subscribed, hopefully the notification goes through. If not, you can always catch the VOD, and then you can watch it like 2 times speed and skip towards parts you want to see. At the very least, whatever I stream will be available. But it's usually, I try to do 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So sometimes I might not stream twice daily. But you play 5 minutes and has touched them. I mean, I'm flaking. But yeah, I don't want to in case he's watching, you're not a flake, buddy. But it feels like that sometimes, like, oh man, we should do this. We should play this. But then he'll come up and say, oh man, we should do this and play this. And then when it comes down to it, it's like he's not ready to be on, Well, I think today we're supposed to be starting a Minecraft realm. So I think him and another buddy of mine, because I haven't played Minecraft in like a week or so. So that'd be nice too, because I was playing like Minecraft solo. But it'd be nice to do like a Minecraft realm now. I have to see how, like, if I can get shaders to work on a realm. I don't know if that's a thing. No man, where can I find Elton helmet? The Elton helmet? What is that? What is a Elton helmet? I don't know what you mean. Elton helmet? Is that actually the name of the thing? Because if it is, I don't know what that is. Elton helmet. Many apologies, the chat may be slow or I'm scatterbrained. I think for whatever reason, it's probably quicker on Twitch, but for whatever reason, because I set the stream latency to low. For YouTube, there's either normal, low, or ultra low. And ultra low is probably the best in terms of like getting a chat to come across quick. Somebody said that there was like a 13-second delay. I think it might even be worse than that. But like if I set it to normal, then like chat interaction, I would get that your message is like 30 seconds, like a minute late or something stupid. But if I also set to ultra low latency, I think the Because I think like they even say like ultra. Let me see if I can scroll over and actually. I guess I can't do it when the stream is live, but they make mention that, like ultra low latency should be for like non-games or like when it's just like a guy in a face cam like interacting with his chat. And normal latency is for people who don't interact and just like want to show off the visual fidelity. And the low latency is like kind of in between, so I can interact with chat and not have the game look like shit. So that's probably why like the stream's behind. But like on Twitch, like you're probably getting the stream like as live as it can be or close to as live as it can be, while also still having the best fidelity. The one that you have, its original name for it is Eldon. You have it on you. Oh, okay. The assault helmet? This should be bunker. Safe to assume I think like all the best in slot stuff will be in bunker. But I think like the assault helmet for sure was in bunker. Most likely in a crate, I think. I can't remember if I found it, if you had to repair the helmet. Or if it just came like fresh like that. It's been a long time since I remember getting that. Okay, yeah, it's broken. Broken assault helmet. It's bunker. Like 99.9% sure it's in the bunker. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure the gas mask from the bunker, the helmets from the bunker, the backpack, everything here except for like the rifle came from the bunker. Same with the guns. Just 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna default to that. Somebody asks, where could I get this good gear? Bunker, 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 bunker. Unless it's like a UN exclusive item, then factory. But chances are, everything good that you want is going to be in the bunker biome. It is. Last where I did bunker, I got like 5 in the same room. Yeah. I'm glad. I think I got every piece of UN gear here. United North tactical helmet. Gas mask. The uniform, the backpack. I don't think there's a United North, like a large backpack. Just says it's a mid-sized one, so. And then, actually, let me get the hazmat suit as well. Where did I put the hazmat suit? Oh, there it is. Ruh-roh. There you go. So if anybody wants to take a quick look, the United North tactical helmet is actually a really harsh step down from the assault helmet. So it's not quite as comparable. The gas mask is pretty close now. You could probably make do for M50. So like in terms of priority of what you should look for or hope for in the bunker, if you already have access to an M50 from the factory, and the GP21 gas mask isn't as vital, but it also happens to be like quite literally the best radiation protection in the game. So, and then I can't really compare what the United North uniform would do, but it holds 60 kg of weight and has this size of storage and no radiation protection, if anybody was wondering on that. And then your United North tactical backpack weighs 4.7 kg and it's capable of storing 65. No, wait. Yeah, actually. Wait, what? I search this backpack and I get my backpack instead? What? Oh, what was that? What? I'm so confused. There we go. It's 60 kg and it holds a decent size. Mid size, I guess. They were correct on that. And let me get this thing in here. And then you got your United North vest. I think I have the best in slot vest somewhere. Don't know where it is to compare it. Let's get this thing out here. Is it this thing? I don't know if that's the best vest. I'm not really a vest guy. See this one. Vest with pouches. Yeah, I don't know what the best in slot vest is, but I kid you not. My mannequin is styled the same way. Hell yeah. Started collecting so many mannequins for fun. I wonder where this is gonna come into play. There's another flavor text that you're just waiting for. From cold and moderate protection from damage. So I would assume that eventually maybe they're gonna add like a cold meter or something. And you're gonna have to stay warm. But like, why do this, right? Like, why tease your fan base? Why put in flavor text for something that you know won't be added for a while? Or at least, like, you know, put in brackets like coming soon or something. Any lore in this picture? What picture does this relevance have to the story and the developer? Is this somebody the developer knows? Is this supposed to be someone I know in the game? So actually, like, a really specific spot, I think, like, in the early biomes to find that picture too. Yeah, my chat's broken apart because my phone screen is shattered. Oof. Oof. And you're watching this on mobile? Oof. This is like the one radiator room that actually damages me. Actually, not so bad. I guess there's worse rooms. There's some that there's at least one this bunker that my radiation protection doesn't save me from. There's that one in uniform right there. I don't really see this part of the bunker much when I explore. I think when I first came across this, I thought that this was a new place of interest. Yeah, this is the place that heavily irradiates me. I think I'm beating here. I don't know if it's really worth exploring. Why is there a baby scream? Why is it crying? I'm taking heavy rats here still. Oh my goodness. Even having like the rat wolf vibe, extra rat protection, they'll take increased damage. Did they fix the photo having an attack bar? Was there an attack bar in this? I don't see one. I did not see one. It pains me to know that there's people struggling to find these, and I just have them just stored here in their broken state. One of many useless trinkets I have stored. There's another thing here that broke my assault helmet. Imagine repairing a metal assault helmet in a sword machine. Couldn't be me. In inventory? Let's see. I didn't realize there was damage here. You can't swing for it, right? You can't throw hands with this photo. But it has a damage bar. It's fine. An old photo of a young girl. That's the best explanation they can give me. Like, I couldn't really tell that. Shouldn't the flavor text be more helpful than that than literally just tell me what I'm looking at? This does look like an old photo, and that does look like, I don't know. To say young girl, I'd say young woman. Young girl would imply that she looks like she's like 10 or something. Young woman would have been better, but I don't even know. Like, I think there's a dev Polish or something. Someone told me that. Like, maybe there's like a translation type thing. I don't know. I had to do like a buddy of mine's having like a baby shower or whatever, and I had to like write in a card or like for like the gift, and I was trying to say like congratulations on your baby, but then I was like, well, maybe I should make it more personable since I know what gender the baby is. So then I was like, I was gonna write down congratulations, like for you and like your baby girl, and then I was like, ew. I don't like the way that sounds. Like there's certain things men shouldn't say. I think baby girl is one of those. I don't know why that reminded me of it, because I was looking at the photo and saying it's a young girl. It's like, it's not a young girl. It's a young woman. Now I wonder if it's used for a specific enemy now. Can you imagine if I just like the fifth mutant that no one has found is like in the bunker. Maybe it's for the baby who's. Ooh, think about this. Okay, wouldn't this be crazy, right? Like, here's another like one of those zany ideas. You know that there's banging in the bunker, like on the doors that are barricaded, right? What if it comes through like an update where that barricade is destroyed or like opened, and the baby crying, right? You follow the baby's cries, you approach a crib, and now you could take it like you can make the mutant a baby or whatever, right? Or you can make it like still look normal, but then all of a sudden behind you, like this ghoul mother witch looking thing comes at you, but you're able to disarm it by giving it a photo of this girl here, and she sees it, and that's her, and then she kind of like, I don't know, takes the baby, runs, or lets you like have to raise the baby. Some, I don't know, just spitballing here, but it'd be cool if you approach like a ghoul enemy like that. It has to be like a big enemy. It can't be. It has to be one of one. It can't be like multiple. You're just handing out photos of girls to these things. But like, baby crying is the ghouls? There's no way. That's not the ghoul. That's what your headcanon tells you. It's not actually a thing. To me, the baby crying is just like like because there's nothing that leads me to believe there's anything else other than like headcanoning shit. I think like the baby crying is just like a sound effect they added to make it sound creepy. But it's like you approach a ghoul and you hear the ghoul crying. Unless they wanted that, they intended that to be like an alert system that there's a ghoul nearby, or like, I don't know, doesn't make any sense. Look at this right here. This is just like another one of those like sound effects. That and the baby crying. It's just to build like atmosphere. But they can totally take advantage of this in like another update. Or like there's a way to remove this barricade, or the barricade, like it removes it itself, like a chase scene takes place, or this thing just breaks open. And like there's like creepier like female ghoul version with like a jaw unhinged and like long hair, just chasing you down or something. And then yeah, if you use this photo on it, it like disarms it, and then you're able to save the baby. It is. I followed in a ghost of ghouls. Yeah, but that could just be like any sound effect, right? Like until I actually stand beside a ghoul and hear the ghoul cry like a baby, because it has its own sounds. Unless I specifically hear Like again, it could just at the most benefit that I'll give you is that they use that baby crying sound effect to maybe alert you or make you like to let you know there's ghouls in the way, but I don't think that's directly tied to the lore of the ghouls. I don't think they make baby sounds because like when you approach a ghoul, you just hear it gurgling like an idiot. Like I'll try to approach one here. One sec. Quick save before I do. See how long that took this to take, guys? You see that? That like good like 3 seconds. If you just reset before then, you would have lost your save file. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, ghoul, cry like a baby now. No? She's got a moan in a very low pitch. Growl. Yeah. No? That doesn't sound very, very baby-like. Like a demonic baby here. What happened to the... See, I don't think it's a ghoul. The baby cries coming from over there. Why wouldn't the baby cry sound like it's coming from here? I'm taking your vitamins. Take your vitamins, say your prayers, brother. It's a bait and trap lore method? Well, that's more interesting. But again, that's just like your headcanoning, right? Like, which is fine, but like, I wouldn't say like it's like definitive, like that's what it is for sure. But I could definitely see, oh my god, I'm like 20 frames here. I could definitely see like having that be, like, where's that sound? Where's that baby? I gotta save that baby, and then just getting led to like a pack of ghouls. But I don't know. I think I need more definitive evidence. I need the developer to come out and say it, or I need like actual in-game evidence for me to actually come to that conclusion and say definitely that the baby cries are, instead of it just being an atmosphere building sound effect that's actually related to the ghouls. That's an interesting theory, but that's just a theory. Okay, theories. Like I still make videos. Like someone told me that he stopped making them like a long time ago. Okay, let's see if we can find another factory. If I find another factory, maybe I'll show you guys where you can find a Christmas tree. For anybody who wants to find a Christmas tree for their base. Okay, that's fair. Hey, that's all that I can. I try to be fair, especially when it comes to this game. And I hope, if anything, other than like finding the reviews informative and entertaining, that they also come across as fair, because it's very easy just to give like negative criticism or complain about something. I at least wanted to give credit where it's due, where like the dev did a good job, but also provide like insight. Like it's very easy to just come and say like, oh, this mechanic's shit, or this is terrible. It's like, okay, well, why is it terrible? How could it be better? What would you think would be a better way of implementing it? And while like the videos are fairly concise and I had to really kind of shorten them down to like 20 minutes, I felt like I at least provided some kind of suggestions to fix some of the problems, or you know what I mean? Otherwise, like, anybody can just come up with like a 5 to 10 minute rant video just saying this is shit, this is stupid, why is the loot, there's no loot, this is this sucks, this game sucks, they ruined the game, they nerfed bread, economy's killed, it's over, it's done. Whereas I think like the review, I was just kind of like, maybe you buff junk prices. Like a lot of the time in that review, I was talking about like the changes they made and how it came out negative. But for me, it was more like the context, right? Like how they went about it, as opposed to like, I understand them having to nerf some things or change some things. I completely understand that. But I just think they went overboard in some cases, or just didn't think things are like. If you wanted to nerf bread prices, fine, it's your game, and I understand that not wanting to make bread the moneymaker. Oh, I gotta close this window. This guy's dog is like my neighbors drive me up the wall sometimes, bro. I can't have a window open for more than like 10 seconds during the summer if I would just fucking every sound, cars. Like, in the morning, it's dogs barking, like like they're hunting for like for ducks or like rabbits. And then I live by an intersection, so like in the mornings, sometimes you hear car crashes because people T-bone here like a bunch of jabrones. And then at night, I'll hear like guys on crotch rockets or like street racers just. Times I try to do a voiceover and record for a video, and I just ruin a take because some asshole decided to get in his racer car and just go 70 miles per hour down the intersection in like a 50 zone. I actually lost my train of thought with those dogs. What was I saying? Uh, Something about like bigger constructive criticism and not just. I completely forgot my train of thought now. Just like it's easy. It's very easy just to go like a 5 to 10 minute rant. But I at least wanted to provide. Oh, like the buffs, like. Yeah, like if you wanted to nerf bread and not make the bread the money maker, it makes sense. I completely agree because one, it's very boring and dumb, and also like the game is all about going out exploring and looting. There's way better gameplay loops other than farming that should reward the player and make it more of an, like more incentive to actually go through those gameplay loops, like looting and killing monsters and stuff. So yes, sure, nerf the bread price, but don't nerf it that hard. And then also, because you're nerfing, well, first of all, they nerfed it way too hard, and second, like you're nerfing the moneymaker. So you should be prepared to buff something else. It's like the kid who takes the ball home. It's like we're playing basketball. It's like, oh, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. It's like, well, give us another ball. Like if you were that upset that like bread was the big money maker, you didn't want that to happen. Why don't you provide us with another better money maker? Push us in the direction. Buff the junk prices. You know, they nerfed the creature prices too. Like it just came across as like a kid, like a very bitter, upset kid, just like, you know, I'm getting rid of everything. You're not enjoying it the way I want you to enjoy it. Well, how about I just destroy everything, kicking over the sandcastle? Okay, so you nerfed creature sell prices, you nerfed the bread price, kept everything the same buy price wise, and then didn't even bother buffing like junk or anything, and then said, here you go. Oh, and by the way, looting's bugged, so you're not getting any cool loot. So here's a biome for you that doesn't get you any upgrades in gear. And if you wanted to get upgrades in gear, we pushed the late game biome to 25 shinings now. And also, even if you do find those guns, you still have to pay the 1,600 rubles for repairing a VAL, and good luck making that money now. And then you wonder why the community just loses their minds. I see some pretty interesting comments in the Steam section. I only wish I could read Russian, so I'm sure there was more. There's more interesting comments I could have read if I understood Russian. Weird enough, I really enjoy Misery with its little or big problems. And in the beginning, I really liked how brutal the buildup was, but after a while, it's just ammo and power grinds. It doesn't need to be that way either. Oh, you were on the path of finding a Christmas tree. Oh, like, I ain't gonna find it here. It's gotta be in the bunker. I was more like trying to reference what I was talking about, not what I was doing. But yes, we should find the Christmas tree. And we ain't gonna find it in this place. There we go. Try to find the factory again. Gun prices are stupid, to be honest. Fixed, sell a tiny bit more, and then broken. Well, someone brought it up to me too. I wish I could remember everybody who brought it up, but I guess it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But somebody brought up to me that you can buy. I guess I could show you. You can buy the toss completely fixed from the hunter. Well, that makes sense in like the lore wise of like, hey, there's this hunter, like the guy's buying creature parts, sells like a hunting shotgun or whatever. that makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is that that's not the only way to get it. The other way, also from like the gun repair smith or whatever you want to call him, he charges 400, I think, and like a bunch of like weapon parts. So essentially, you're just going, okay, should I just pay the other 200 extra rubles or just use the weapon parts? Like I can show you when I go to the. How do you pronounce this? Surzez? I know I have every gun. Okay, well, maybe not everyone who's watching might know this. Not everyone is an experienced veteran of the game like you and I. Oh, yeah, this thing's dumb. 600 rubles, and then this is 400, and then like how many gun parts? Regular 26 shotgun parts. Okay, so now I'm kind of interested. Shotgun, let's just say you bought these 26 times 13. Let's just say that they're worth 10, right? That's 260. That's not worth. You're better off just buying the gun fresh. But I'm just going on. Obviously, I don't know. Some people do buy their shot. I know I did. I got to a point where it was easier to make money than it was to find parts, so I just ended up buying a lot of the parts. But the hunter should either sell a PM pistol or just sawed off. If he sold a gun that was exclusive. If you had like an exclusive shotgun, you can even made it like even more expensive, like a better shotgun. But actually, the toss is pretty good in damage. But like, I just don't like how, because the person I mentioned said it was like a new trap or like bait. So if you didn't know what you were doing, you would screw up and like waste your time trying to buy this here than just getting one from the shop. And then this is weird too, is like, it took me like a good second to try to remember, like, you can sell artifacts in this game? Because like, first of all, I don't know anybody who's buying these supplies. But second of all, like, why would the medic sell artifacts or like be able to buy artifacts from you? So, and the problem I have with the shop is that they put in shopkeepers in the game to provide you items at a price that tells you they prefer you to get this yourself. But if that's the case, then why would you add the shopkeeper in general, you know? That's like a last-ditch effort. Like, if I'm really hurting on vitamins, I guess I can buy them for 55. But like, there's just like, I see these prices and I go, I ain't buying this shit. I can make buckshot ammo. Why the hell am I paying 150? I ain't paying 260 for this ammo. I can make that. Magazines make sense, sure. But then there's some things like, I don't know. You gotta pay 200 rubles for a Soviet backpack? Maybe if you're early game. But then again, it's just like, how are you gonna get 200 rubles early game now? It's pretty difficult. And like, the best example I can make was the ammo. Like, this is clearly a price to tell you, hey, we'll add this here just because we kind of have to if we're putting in a guy who sells like magazines and whatnot. But we want you to know we prefer you to use the ammo stations. This is exactly what this price is telling you. Like, hey, if in desperation, if you really need it, you could pay 260 rubles. So like it's tough, really. And in a game that's like PvE, I think it's better to buff something too strong than it is to nerf something to make it too weak. Because at the end of the day, like, I think the fan base would rather complain about something being too shit than something being too overpowered. Because then when you're like, oh man, it's too strong, it's like, okay, but like, they're not using it against you. What's up, Harry? Ammo for that much is evil for any player like me, bro. It's just You know what's evil is the bullet function, my god. Yeah, like it's such a. Somebody who's late game, I get frustrated seeing that price. I can only imagine, like, just seeing that as a new player. I should take my time to aim at this jabroni. Which damage I just... Actually, wait, where's my damage coming from? Does it siphon to the hide first? I don't even know how this works. Like, is the damage hitting my rat wolf hide first and then hitting the exoskeleton? Is it based on, like, what they're shooting at? Because, like, the hide would be in my back, so if you shoot my back, I could see the durability getting rinsed, but it appears as if the rat wolf hide is taking the blows first and then it goes to the exoskeleton. Because it's not like it's in combination, because this is still full durability, so... Either way, like, we're already down from 80 durability. Just getting absolutely filled with bullets. And I need a med kit. I should get used to. Did the creator want to add quests? I don't know what the creator wants to do at this point. And if they're going to be adding new content, good luck to them, because did not go well the last time. It goes best. Ragged's hide, then closed and helmet. I see. Well, like, so you're still getting the defense added to your thing, even though your durability's not getting run out. Like, it's not like, yeah, this one makes sense. Defense is should be all combined. It's not like this is by defense right now, and then that gets shredded, and this becomes the defense. That would be stupid. But yeah, okay, I see it. You would think it would be like a location-based thing, right? Like, if you're shooting at my head, the helmet should take durability damage. Shooting at my back, the rat wolf hide should take durability damage. But to have it like go through like almost like a funnel. If that's the case, there's no wonder my exoskeleton's getting hit hard because my rat wolf hide has like no durability whatsoever. Yeah. See if I can find the Christmas tree. It's in an underground section. Thing is, there's quite a bit of underground sections. It's all about finding the one. What? 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 I said there's an underground section. And it's all about finding the particular underground section. While getting lit up by literally every zombie known to man. Thank you for your contribution to the war fund of chocolate bars and medkits. I'm gonna mess with this. Did I save my ammo and save my durability? None of this is what I'm looking for. What's this? What's this worth? My god, I'm literally walking into every soldier, including the ones that are frozen solid here. I wish, but it's a weird system. Yeah, a lot of things are weird about this. Like, for a game that happens to be like, for certain aspects, a pretty well made game, but and also like very interesting. There's also like some really baffling game design decisions that like you would think even like the most amateur developer would have made. You know? Can't really find a good access point to this underground area. I'm trying to remember. It was like an underground area that led me to a building. Easy there, True Verla. You stay right there, buddy. Whether or not waste ammo, I don't need to waste. Not in this map. Lead line vest would be cool, but rather hide is the current best option I found. Assault vest is cool, but no radiation protection. No like. Yeah, that's what I did. I sacrificed like defense for the peace of mind of being able to just traverse through every radiated section. And you don't realize you have such a peace of mind until like you die and have to go back to find your gear, and all of a sudden you're taking heavy radiation. Like what the hell? But like having the rat wolf hide and not having it is like the difference between me being in the bunker taking radiation damage versus not taking it at all in most of the areas. So plus, you know, knock on wood, there hasn't been a lot of enemies that really warrant me second guessing and taking something like a vest instead of the rat wolf hide. Even with the Chuverla, what are you gonna pronounce that shit? Chuverla damage buff, and the fact that they nerfed the exoskeleton defense, I still don't think anything really warrants me taking a vest over the radiation protection. When you get the chance back at your base, just take your mask off and look at the world. I'll do it right now. I hope this mask. This thing's like a 9-day difference. I hate it so much. Like you can see so much more. People are complaining about like the PlayStation, quote unquote, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 graphics, and people complaining about like how the game's colors are so drawn out and look like watercolor. What I'm complaining about is I can't even see the game the way I want it to by having to use this mask. Like, I'm getting punished for wearing best mask in the game. Okay. I'm surprised I didn't step on a landmine here. This is where the landmines are, if anybody's wondering. So I don't think they're here, like, on these. I know there's soldiers here, though. It makes it annoying for me to try to explain what I'm talking about. Just stop shooting for 2 seconds, so I don't get bullet punched to death. Okay. But granted, I never really explored like the helicopter area here. Try to get to the anomaly. There's a landmine right there. You can tell how like they're pretty hard. Like, imagine how much harder this would be spot during the night. Look at this one here. Like, you don't see shit here. And then bam. Like, how do you do this in hardcore? How do you literally have a one hit kill mechanic that's quite literally invisible to you until you come within like 10 feet of it? Yeah, I hate the darkening effect. I end up squinting at my screen. I'm like a mole. I'm like, not used to light. I take the mask off, I'm literally like a mole unearthing from the ground. I'm just going, what the hell? Yes, a Rico Kaboom. Speaking of Kaboom, there's a plane now. I just really want to put explosive ordnance on my plate. Oh yeah, because like people were talking about like complaining about invisible landmines during one of my streams back then, and I hadn't encountered them. I kind of won once on the first day I played, and that was about it. So like when everyone was complaining about invisible landmines, I was like, okay, well there has to be an area where all these things are at, because I've traveled through like most of this map and haven't found any. So there has to be one particular area that I didn't explore that must have had all of them concentrated. And sure enough, I found that and was like, oh, I can see what people are complaining about. But that's not the area I'm looking for. I need to find it. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Like in this map, it feels like it's 4 separate maps sometimes. Like I'm trying to find an area that I would easily find had I spawned in like one other side of the map. But now I feel like I've spawned in another area where I'm like, it almost feels like they segmented this 4 different ways, and I'm playing like in the wrong quarter of the map. Oh my god, there's a blood effect here. Actually, I think it's just blood on there. Pretty cool. Blood on the foliage. This actually represents like the player base shooting the Yan for not having any crates, anything in there, any loot in the crates. This actually represents the outrage the players had against the dev. I feel like they should extend the zone timer for bigger map. Does it take away the point? Yes and no. Like, somebody was telling me they wish the maps were bigger, and I was like, how? Like, the game weren't designed like that. The game was designed to... Sorry, down here, like footsteps here. I think if you open a door, it makes it the sound effect like alerts enemies. I can maybe get through the underground section through here. Like, making the maps bigger when they already are pretty big already, to me was like, it's not worth doing. But also the fact that, yeah, the game is quite literally built around the mechanic of having a limited time to explore the map and loot it and get back to base. Like, adding more areas to it, to me, seems like a dumb idea. Or like making it bigger by increasing the timer. But then, like, if you increase the timer to specifically large biomes, how would the player base know, right? Like, you have to give them, unless like there's an item you're able to build that has like a time. Like, okay, here's another idea. What if, right? Because the emissions come from, like, lore wise, I guess, like the Slavzami army, like they're trying to gas out and kill people or something. I assume that's what the lore is. So how about like later in the game, you come across or you're able to build like a radio, and you're able to hear like some Russian going, and then that gives you a warning, or like you have a time of exact time of when the emission is gonna hit. So like every map it could change. A larger map, you can at least you can see it, right? Like, the problem with like making a larger map have a larger timer is like, unless you actually see the timer, how would you know? You just like guesstimate, right? $316, goddamn. I'm sure there's like sweatier nerds out there that would scoff at 316. Austin 316 says, I just whooped your ass. Oh, hell yeah. I do not remember this area much. This kind of looks fun. It's not exactly... Yeah, no, this isn't the area. There's a parkour area you can need to get to a stash over there. It's not really worth getting there. I feel like this is close though. Like seeing that guitar. But it has to be, I think it's like in the underground, like where the pipes are, like the concrete pipes. Like this area here. Eventually it leads you to it's in I think the first review video. You can see the there's like a snapshot, like with a little video blurb of where the tree is. Just would like to kind of get it captured live here. I like this too. Like the wooden planks. Forcing you to like explore and go around certain things. It's pretty cool. Using anomaly clocks would be an excellent idea to build some type of zone timer for sure. There's so, like, I guess finding the silver lining, and like there's so many problems with the game, is that you can add new items to solve that. Okay, this looks kind of familiar here. Never mind. Suck
gonna lead me to where I need to go. It was like an area like this. And then it led you to a building. I don't think. It's a dead end here, I think. Or a storage box, you know, loot stash, but. There's like cockroaches. I guess they're like flying cockroaches. Yeah, let me just climb up the ladder and see. Maybe I can get a bearing of where I need to go. But I swear it's like I came across this exact area, and eventually I got to a point where I was able to like climb up some stairs or something to a building. But I feel like it's like an underground or like basement portion of a building. This is not the area. I'd have to like look back at the video. But it was in that corner of like a room. This is a satellite room. These things are cool here too. Okay, those ones you can't pick up. Where is? These are just for decoration, but there's actually like planters that look exactly like this that you can pick up in this map. In case anybody wanted like decorative flower planters that don't really do anything. Get the hell out of here. Don't mind me, craft. School bell's ringing and I'm gonna be late for class. Ding ding, the school bell ring. Yeah, that's a corner there. Bunker should be somewhere. Why? Why do you bomb me? Gotta dodge them. Just not grab me and I'm moving. While dodging bullets and a bomber plane that didn't drop its bombs. You have the wall unit, right? What wall unit? Have a clock. One away now. The range of magazines in this area here. Right. Craft more VL ammo, of course. It's a storage container from a factory. They had a I had a bit of time where I picked up one and then just ended up saving it. I've seen them, I just don't really find them. I think I have one downstairs in the warehouse. Let me go check. Before I do that though, let me start crafting something. I need iron bars. And I do not have any made. The best advice I could give for the longevity and enjoyment of the game, other than obviously fixing the bugs, is refining your gameplay loop. You need to find areas in the game that you want to make the focus of the game. Do you want people to go out and find junk? Do you want people to find good gear, armor, loot? Do you want people to go out to kill monsters? Whatever it is. You want to isolate that, find that, and make it engaging, and then constantly feed on itself. So if it's like the gameplay loop is to go out there, find better items, use better items, kill better monsters, get better loot, use that loot to make better crafting, and use the better crafting to continue doing it over and over and over and over and over again. And longevity, that any game that requires like resources or loot, the longevity of that gameplay loop also kind of revolves around like item sinks. So the game will get boring and stale once you've stockpiled a bunch of a particular resource. Now you're no longer looking for that resource. You get upset when you find it, and it feels like a waste of time. And if if you're not using any, like you're not making anything that utilizes said resource, it just feels like a waste. So to combat that, you add something new, crafting wise, that would use that item on a more frequent basis, that would make that item once again more sought after, and more like a dopamine excitement to get that, because now it's like, oh man, I got more wood, now I can create this, as opposed to being, oh man, more wood, I don't need to do anything with this shit. So like adding more item sinks in the game definitely benefits the gameplay loop, especially item sinks that are like constant throughout, and not just, oh, you have a bunch of insulating tape, here's a crafting table that uses 3, and that's literally the only thing you add in the update that uses tape, and already didn't have much of a use to begin with. You could stockpile a bunch of, like, insulating tape is fairly rare. You don't come across this as often as a lot of the other resources, but the fact that I have so many of it lets you know that, like, there's no constant churning. There's no recipe that requires me to constantly be using tape. So, and especially in a game that already has such an extensive item/resource pool, adding more just clogs it up, especially like the useless ones, the ones you no longer use, right? Because now it's like I'm coming across something, I open it up, and it's tape. Damn. This could have been literally any other resource I wanted or could have used, but tape is useless to me at this point. So there's other things that help that too. You don't necessarily need an item sink that, like crafting wise. You could just have it where you could sell it, recycle it. There's many ways of utilizing your loot system. And adding like a recycler, or not limiting your shop to literally just a handful of items in comparison to what is available to you to sell. Like you can't sell, can you sell tape? I don't think you can sell tape. There's plenty of items that like you are just like useless. Like you can't sell them, you can't scrap them for resources, recycle them. And if you have a, like, if it's a dupe, then it's just like, what am I supposed to do with this? It just ends up getting stuck in storage. And then eventually it becomes a thing where if you stumble upon it, you're not taking that back to your base. And then that just becomes one more like listed item to your loot drop table. So I mean, you want to be able to make majority of the loot that you come across exciting to get and useful to get. And if there's it's just the nature of things, eventually you will come across, like, there has to be some items that are just way better than others, resources way more useful than others, and resources that eventually you'll never really need, you can skip. It's just all about, like, it's like Lysol killing 99.9% of germs. You're never going to get rid of that issue, but that doesn't mean you can't put things in place that could prevent that from being an even bigger issue. Because right now I'm starting to see, especially with this update, while they did add some, obviously with the crafting recipes and stuff, there's new item sinks, there's way more, it's just a shift, like almost like stocks, in a way that, like, this update came out, now this item becomes way more valuable. Like gunpowder, like manufacturing gunpowder now, and like iron bars and scrap. You could argue like scrap and iron bars are already like pretty in high demand. They're even in a higher demand now because of all the ammo that you have to build to get through the factory. So, but that's just a theory. I need some water. Need agua. Here, just chuck a bunch of beer again. I never thought there'd be a day I ran out of water bottles, but here we are. I do not have any agua. I'm sure I had like a canteen somewhere. Holy frames. Maybe I'll just eat a bunch of produce. Excuse me. What gun is the best in your opinion? Depends on the situation, but like overall damage and magazine size, self-explanatory. Just by reading the gun, it would be the AK-74. Now I'd say if you had one gun to get, it would be the ASVAL, because it's the only one that's silenced, and it's really important now since the factory update to stealthily come across and kill your enemies as opposed to alerting a bunch of them over to you. So as a pure gun and gun damage, like gunplay wise, AK-74 in my opinion is my favorite and the best gun to deal with a lot of enemies and whatnot. But you're gonna have to use the VAL in most circumstances because it's silenced. Shotguns are okay too, but I'm just taking it from the perspective of, like, especially the factory. A bunch of enemies coming at you. You want a high magazine size and high damage. I guess the high damage doesn't matter as much because like the graphs are pretty weak. But it's like the high magazine size. If I have like 20 bullets and I have graphs coming at me, exploding into more enemies. I have a Choberla chasing me. I got a zombie shooting at me. I'd rather have 30 bullets in the magazine than 20. But at the same time, if I'm using a silenced VAL, the likelihood of them all swarming me is drastically reduced because they're not going to hear me. Burn poop to ash for more compact storage. Is it better than just using it as fertilizer? Like this poop, I would imagine like poop would be better fertilizer than just ash, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but they increased ash efficiency by 5, so I have no idea at this point. I think I may be using the building table designs with the tape. That's what I was talking about. Hey, you know a problem where you can't save? I can't save anymore. The only problem I know of saving is that it takes a while for the save to save, like 3 seconds or something. So I come here and I see it's 1:11 and I save. It took like a good 4 seconds to save. But in terms of like actually not being able to save anymore, I've not come across that. I think I've seen some other people have that issue, but I don't have it. It also helps to know like what might cause that. Do you have like a ton of save files? Maybe the save file is too big. I don't know. I can if I save there's nothing. Does it show up like it actually saved and then you load the save and there's nothing? Or like, I don't know. If I was the developer, I would like ask a bunch of questions just for that, try to narrow it down, like what exactly is happening. But it's gonna be useless for me because I have no idea. I haven't really heard of the issue. I haven't really heard like anybody talking about solutions for it. So it seems like one of those things where the update did more damage to some unfortunate few. I like also like the longer in between saves, the longer it takes for the save to take. That's my theory. Get some more ammo here. I have like 3 save files. Okay, so it should be like the number of save files is an issue. Could it be a storage problem? No. If I save, there is nothing like you save, and then the save file is just not coming. So you don't even see it save at all. Just literally prevents you. You can't save whatsoever. Huh. at that point, any kind of really game-breaking glitch like that isn't like super common with the community, I'd say the best thing for you to do is go to your Steam properties for your game and like re-verify game files, or just uninstall and reinstall. Because the game's not that big, so I think if you could uninstall and reinstall, maybe that'll fix your issue. But that's about the best advice I can give you. Go on Steam and verify your game data files. And then if that still doesn't work, then just uninstall the game and reinstall it completely. At the very least, like, make backups of your save files if you can go into your folder and find those files, like back them up before you do anything that would jeopardize your saves. Yeah, you can try verifying the files and see if something's corrupted. I'd installed all complete and still didn't solve the issue. Yeah. Well then, what I recommend is letting the dev know. I don't know. I think they have a Discord, or you could probably comment on like Steam, where like they list the updates. There's like a comment section for that, and then over there you can voice your concern or what have you, and hopefully a dev can find out what's wrong. You sent an email, nice. I guess all you could do at that point is just wait out, see what happens. Because there hasn't been enough hotfix for like a week. So I can only imagine the devs are like running around, hair on fire, trying to fix everything. It's concerning that like the military, like the uniform and jacket bug has lasted this long. So that tells me one of two things. Either this bug in particular is super spaghetti code and like it is very, very difficult for them to fix this, or I guess maybe one of three things, right? But like some of them don't make as much sense as the others. So it's either this bug is really, really difficult for them to fix. Number two, there's way more bugs out there that they have to fix. But in my opinion, they should have hotfixed this immediately. This is a bigger one, so this should have been top of their priority. Or the third option is there are some problems in the game that we don't even know about, or like a very small percentage of the community has experienced, i.e. you, with the save file thing, that is taking way more precedent and it's taking them a long time for them to fix. So maybe they were working on that save file glitch, and that's why there hasn't been a hotfix since a week, and the really glaring bugs like this haven't been addressed. No. But that's just a theory. It's just speculation. I can't say for certain. I'm not a developer. I don't know how to code. But I do know spaghetti code is horrible when you want to update your game. I'm not gonna confirm or deny or say for certain that they're dealing with spaghetti code, but like I'm 99.9% sure that that's what it is, because literally like all signs point towards that. So where there's smoke, there's fire. I need to make more gunpowder. I thought I had enough, and we do not have enough. Wheat and chocolate. I need more spawns for a length of chocolate. I don't know if the warehouse is really providing me, or the factory's providing me with chocolate spawns. I'm getting energy bars, but the boys out here trying to make sugar for the gunpowder. If I'm not getting no chocolate, how the hell am I supposed to make sugar? So apparently in this game, sugar and wheat's what makes, or chocolate and wheat's what makes sugar. I'm down to my last like gunpowder reserves here. Ramirez, last mag, make it count. You can find it on his YouTube. I just shut down my PC and then it was there. What was there? What? You shut down your PC and then it was there. Glad I'm not the only one who saves over grenades, loots goblin style. There's just not enough of an incentive for me to like equip a grenade and throw it. Like, first of all, you find the grenades in the bunker, right? So it's like your first opportunity to use the grenades is right there, but at the same time, it's the most close quarter, confined area. Like, I'm not just start chucking grenades, throwing fastballs like Johan Santana right down the middle on a ghoul. It's like 2 feet away. Not to mention, like, it alerts literally everything, and the game is clearly trying to promote a more stealthy approach. So why would I go in loud with a grenade? It's just not enough. Like, if there's like a giant boss battle or something, then maybe I can imagine. But like, yeah, it's just like I want them to stop adding stuff to loot drop tables, please. Stop adding stuff to loot drop table until you've addressed, like, balance out where this loot. Like, there's just too much loot that's like useless, or outclassed, or doesn't have a real purpose yet. Make the purpose first before you add the loot for that purpose. So I'm getting a bunch of grenades, but I'm not using the grenades or anything. Why not add a boss first or something that would utilize those grenades and then add the grenades later? I don't know. Because, like, dude, so open up here, like, I got a bunch of cement I ain't using. I got a bunch of this I ain't using. Melee weapons are just not worth using. A million sledgehammers. A million weapon parts. There needs to be a way for me to recycle these or sell these. Can I sell weapon parts? I don't remember. I know you can sell the broken guns, but I'd feel bad, you know? I sell like the shitty ones, like the Mosin rifle and whatnot. It's a shame because that rifle is actually pretty sick IRL. But in the game it's pretty doo-doo. Like, glitch, I don't know what I call it. Yeah, it's a tough one then. So if you uninstall the reinstall the verify game files, you sent the email to the dev. That's pretty much all you can do, is just wait now at this point. Because, like, or like start a new save file and see if that you can save it from there. Because then you can kind of isolate, like, maybe the save file is just corrupt. Bunker and factory well. You could use firecracker to cause a pile up and then throw a ball up. But you know, that already requires like a bit of pre-planning, but also like having inventory slots full. So like, to me, it interrupts like the quote-unquote smoothness or like just the gameplay of like running around, shooting, getting loot. Just for now, me having to like waste 2 slots. I have to like drag something over here, equip so I could have the grenade on hand. I could have the firecracker on hand. I could throw the firecracker and throw it, or I could just go around stealthily. Or like if I wanted to make noise, I could just shoot the gun, save a firecracker. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the items in the game, some of the items either do something that you could have done with another item or just yourself, or they do it poorly. So it gets like, it becomes useless or outclassed. Like, why would I specifically need a firecracker to alert enemies when literally doing everything but shooting a silence VAL will alert enemies anyways? Unless a firecracker like brings them all from every corner of the map, then why would you want that too? Like, the other thing that the firecracker would do is like provide a distraction, right? Like, I guess if you throw it, like, I don't even think you can even throw that far. But like, chances are, like, in the vicinity of where you throw that firecracker, it's still close enough that if it, like, enemies get alerted, they'll still see you and chase you down. At least that's what I think. What would happen? I think it happened to me once. I think I did try the firecracker one time, and I was like, "What was the point of this?" The save file, Aegon in the Explorer. Not sure what that means, but if every other option has been exhausted, then, like I said, the best thing, I guess, just to wait for the dev. It goes about 10 feet and lands about 50 feet, but draws aggro. That's the thing, it's like, it draws aggro, but I think if it'll draw aggro to that location, but chances are you'll still be close enough to the firecracker that the enemies will now see you and go towards you. So, like, I can try it. Do you need a lighter equipped to use a firecracker? I don't even remember. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I could provide you like more assistance or more help with the save file, because I haven't come across it, don't know much about it, and I'm not the developer, so if all the advice I've given you still hasn't worked, then I'd say the best thing is just wait for a hotfix and hope that it works. But it sounds like your save files are probably corrupted. I don't know if that has to do with like your user, like something you did or the game did. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the game's fault. But something happened with the save files. I guess we can say that at the very least. What the hell kind of flavor text is this? No, the firecrackers don't do damage, I don't think. It would certainly be difficult to kill with a firecracker like this, but it makes a lot of noise, meaning it could be used to create distraction. It would certainly be difficult to kill with a firecracker like this. It's a big ass sentence to just tell me. Like, you couldn't tell me this in 2 sentences, or even one, right? All you'd have to. You could condense this flavor text line to. Doesn't do much in terms of damage, but provides a hell of a distraction. Simple. Instead of me having to read a novel, you're like, what? Oh, it's going to be difficult to kill with firecrackers, but it makes loud noise, meaning it could be used to create an area. It almost comes across like a run-on sentence. Okay, do you need a lighter here? Let's see, I can't remember. You don't even need a lighter. You need a lighter to light a campfire, but the firecracker you could just light with your bare hand. I forgot how lame that was. Holy frames. They either they have to make the item hotbar like, okay, here's something interesting here too, right? How about, because my idea was like a bandolier, like if you instead of like the rat wolf hide in this slot, you could have a bandolier that carries like extra ammo or something. How about have like an item that would increase your item hotbar, or at the very least like provide what's the word I'm looking for? What's the keyboard shortcuts or something, like slot items to a key. Like if I press G, because like you can incentivize that and make it like an actual loot item worth striving for, as opposed to just adding it by default. Like if I press G, it'd be nice to just bring up a firecracker and then throw it. And if you wanted to make that a thing where that's only accessible to you if you equip something, then sure. Okay, I can't really test this out in a bunker. The best place to test it out would be factory. Because like some of these biomes are just so wide open. Make sure my save file took. Pretty much drop one while running away and no lighter needed. Good to get the tanks to go away, but doesn't work well if they chew light. Yeah, there's like certain enemies that I think they're just... It doesn't provide a distraction after the fact. I'm pretty sure if the enemy's already aggro on you, throwing a firecracker ain't gonna do shit for the most part. But like, it's funny because like the item itself runs a risk of being... An item that's specifically designed to provide a distraction to get enemies away from you could also put you in jeopardy of having enemies come towards you. It'd be nice to tape a firecrackers together for bigger or better distractions. Ideally, what it should have been is like a firework pack of fireworks, or like, I'm not like a firework aficionado, but aren't there ones that just like ground firecrackers like last like 30 seconds or so? That one's like quite literally just like a flashbang, a little flash firecracker. Doesn't look like it lasts all that long. Just toss a thing and just bang and then done. As soon as I try to do this stupid firecracker thing, they're gonna give me like 5 bunkers in a row. Chinese firecracker strip, also known as Dragon's Tongue, is like 20 M80s in a strip. But even like isn't that how long does a cherry bomb last? The cherry bomb just one big bang. It'd be nice if you can like make out of 6 firecrackers and tape like dynamite. I should just add dynamite in the game. Or you use again. This game benefit a lot from like a D crafting table, and have it so like you can get like craft gunpowder from the firecracker, and then just have a crafting recipe for maybe something specific from the firecracker that could be used to craft the dynamite or something more explosive. There's just like so many avenues this game can go. Okay. Plague Doctor here's here to greet me. Is this thing still bugged? Yeah, he's bugged again. Let me quickly read this patch note, and then we'll compare it to what I'm witnessing right now. You guys ready for this? So I think it's somewhere down here. Okay. The patch note reads, the first round of optimization is here. We switched to DX12 and significantly improved the Unreal Engine navigation tech, which previously caused major lag in some locations. Now you can speculate as to what Unreal Engine navigation tech means. Sounds like it's navigation for NPCs, but we'll see later on when they actually say this. We also improved LODs for about 30% of assets. Whatever, like some of these acronyms like aren't common nomenclature. People aren't going to know what some of this stuff is. I had to think for a second what UE meant. In some cases or areas that this increased FPS to 200%. We'll continue our work on this, and are there future updates to improve performance. Now, the last line of this patch note is what I'm referring to right here. If you notice any artifacts or problems with NPC navigation, please let us know. Now, does NPC navigation include plague doctors not aggroing on you? So why does he have a cross on him? Is it a plague doctor or a plague priest? This is about the one friendly enemy there is. Punch him? He's not going to fight back. See? He's a masochist. Yeah, cherry pop is just one decent pop, but I'm apologize. Cherry bombs are loud though. Oh, I don't remember. It's the best. Put a ladder up here, but you can't climb up it. But you're supposed to know to go up here with this. What kind of anomaly was that? You want to see the crab again? What up, nerd? Lying underneath a pile of cars, trying to cosplay as a car. I didn't even pick it up and it kind of aggroed. I even tried to interact with it. It gets pissed off. I have so much junk in my inventory. Damn it. Get this stupid thing out of here. Where am I? Hang up. I'm out of bullets. What? I didn't refill my. I thought I had. Okay. Let's test out these firecrackers, I suppose. Actually, I got pretty far. Throw a firecracker at the crab. It sounds like a party popper. Okay, so the firework brought over the assembly. Not much else. Oh, Raft is starting to roam over here. Where did the graft go? So just an assembly and a graft? Had I shot my gun here, I would have had like 50 enemies come down on me. The firecracker that was designed to be a distraction only brings 2 enemies. I see. Do you have landmines? I do have landmines. That's another thing I find is like pretty useless. He only carries landmines with him. Does it load the board? Let's see what the board does. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. You toss the firecracker over there, and it looked like he was beelining on his way over to me. That was my biggest concern with the firecracker is like it doesn't like it might alert them to come to that direction, but some of them have like such a big line of sight that if they even see you in that near vicinity, they'll come towards you. So. I know, like you said, you probably just have to throw it and run. I want to see if I could do this. There's already enemies chasing me. Didn't even hear the firecracker go off. Force him to make its way over there. The assembly just sounds like you just took away a kid's crayon as he was drawing. And just super pitched it down. Also, what the? I didn't even notice this car was limited. This is our first flying car. The Jetsons? Meet George Jetson. Dang tanks, why are they so powerful? I've been one shot from them, but once again, fine if I crashed. Their blast radius is way too far. Like that thing, if it exploded right now, it had a good chance of killing. That's with all my defense too. Geared assembly, I just can't see it. It's got me stuck here now. Big bolt's going through him. I think if he's too close to me, I'm just like voiding through. The other alternative is, even though he was literally inside the barrel of my gun, I was missing shells. Maybe my aim is that bad that I can't kill something that's literally right in front of me. You remember when they first came up with the update? People couldn't take shits anymore. How Spaghetti Code is your game that adding like a new biome and mutants made it so your character could no longer take a shit. Like some things you can give them the benefit of the doubt of like there's some correlation with what they did or intended to do that caused these things to have issues. Some of them are just, to me, seem so completely unrelated. Huge flask right there. And we will save the game. Make sure it sticks here. And we're good. So tired. Alright guys, that could be it for me. I think 3 hours is more than enough for today's morning / afternoon stream. Otherwise, I really don't want to do what I did yesterday and do like a 10-hour misery stream. That was just wild, but I'm gonna call it here for now. I gotta make food and do some more video editing and watch a buddy of mine stream and stream again, probably closer to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. But that's a whole nother thing. If you want to watch more, you could subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And check out the VODs. I have tons and tons and tons and tons of hours on Misery streamed, and also try to put those together to make a more condensed series where I cut out some of the more boring parts. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy. It has been fun, my dude. Thanks for showing up and supporting the stream. Peace out.